All right, yep.
For the transcription, make sure that the roll is visible.
This is my first tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No other organized tournaments before this ever?
Never played with a clock or really with even a doubling cube, so
oh, wow.
This is
So you don't play
an
a local
adventure.
club or anything?
Nope. This was a...
So where did you learn to play in? Did you just play like you?
I just played at home,
Parents
just picked
or
it up. My father-in-law got us into it about a Christmas and a half ago.
So you've only been playing period for a year and a half?
Yeah. I played it a little bit as a child.
Right.
And then my wife and I typically, we would go play just while we're playing dinner or something, have a little something going on.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat you are. I've only been playing for 53 years. So.
Yes, essentially the same. Look at there.
I've only been playing with the clock for like 20 years.
What to do with that? So my thinking, and I'm playing this out loud. This guy's in a good spot, so build a fence.
Yeah, I have another plan. I can do this. It's not all bad. Do you live in Chicago area?
No, we're from Virginia. This is our
So your first tournament wasn't the Cherry Blossom tournament in DC?
we didn't. So this was an anniversary weekend for us, and like we just started looking around for what things are happening. I frankly, until 2 weeks ago, did not know that backgammoning was a tournament thing which people played tournaments.
Right, sure, yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully this will be a fun weekend for you, and you'll be able to go to Cherry Blossom next year.
So far, so good.
Cherry Blossom's a great tournament. My son is assistant director there. No, that's not.
Oh, did I not? Oh, you're right. Yeah, this is. Ooh.
So just a tip, anytime you make an illegal play, first of all, if you agree on what the legal, this is the original position.
Right,
You
so go
always,
back
you should
to.
always just put it back to the original and look at it fresh.
Okay.
Because if you misread the dice or something, then you shouldn't just try to correct them, you should always put it back to the original.
Sure. Okay.
Just less likely to make a mistake that way.
Well, I've got. You know. I'm gonna. 2, 4, 6. So in my brain, I was thinking I could go to the 8.
Right, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go for it, I think.
That's probably the right play. Yep, it was the right play. That proves it. This one game, well, it proves that was the right play.
Man, I hate that.
It's my worst roll.
2 double 6s in a row. That
It's worse,
stings.
it's worse than all the other missing bandy numbers because it wastes the most pips.
I had my wife 2 times just backed up, and both times she rolled double 5s on me. And
Man, that's
in
lucky.
2 games back to back, beat me.
Against your wife, that's lucky for you.
Oh, so I guess that's my only sex move. Now you're gonna roll a 1.
Yeah, well, it won't do me any good if I do. It might. It could do me some good in the long run, but not in the short run.
Make me. Ooh. Yeah, I started out this. I was playing with my first. I was with Julian, and because we always just played with 2 sets of dice at the game, we got so used to just picking up the dice right after hitting the clock.
It's an adjustment when you get back and forth with the clock. It's like half the time when I'm playing charrettes back home, I'm reaching over here to hit the clock instead of picking up the dice, right? So, and then after playing charrette for 4 or 5 hours when the tournament starts, I'm wanting to pick the dice up instead of hit the clock.
Well, I'm being stupid though too. I should have been doubling you a while ago.
Maybe not. I mean, now, in this position, though, now you've got enough chances to win a gamma that you should play
obviously.
And as soon as you have the 6 farm, I think it's right. You're probably right not to double because of that. Yeah, it's a big adjustment. The key was a huge adjustment if you haven't played with the key.
They haven't, yeah.
We get players into the club in Charlotte, like from Iran and
You're from Charlotte?
Turkey and Iran and Turkey and all those. In fact, this should be your next tournament. This one's drivable.
Yeah. I
Charlotte
think
in
we would
January.
do that.
Not your next tournament, but you should put this on your calendar.
Put it in the calendar. Yeah.
Charlotte. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring a big stack of these with me.
Somebody. Well, I thought I saw.
There's a few of them around. Somebody had some.
Yeah, I think Greg. Greg, he's from Charlotte too.
Bob's here from Charlotte.
Maybe.
Did Greg marry me?
Yeah, I thought so. No.
I'll check with Greg and see if he has some. I know a lot of people have like stacks of suppliers that were going to take the tournaments and stuff. So I'm hoping somebody has some there because I've only got like 8 of them or something.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you were offering this to me or you're using it to.
It just let you know that the tournament exists.
Yeah.
I've had people taking pictures of it because I didn't bring any extras.
Like I said, we didn't realize backgammon was a tournament until. So, yeah, it would have been nice to go to the.
So where in Virginia? In the DC area?
Yeah, I drive past the Dulles, where the Dulles tournament is.
So you're like in Herndon or something? My wife's sister and her family live in Herndon.
Yeah, so we're in a small bedroom community. Further west from Herndon, in Percival, near Leesburg. If you're familiar at all with the area.
I'm not really that familiar with it, except for like all around Dulles. Reston and Herndon, I'm pretty familiar with those areas.
Yeah, so.
And we could walk from the Cherry Blossom Hotel to my sister-in-law's house. So it's like less than a mile and a half, I think. They sometimes walk down the world that
Yeah.
close to there.
So, if you go to the end of the W&OD trail, is where Percival is. I feel like I should be doubling right now. Where's the 2? There it is. Oh.
I'll be thinking about this on my time, not yours.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 6-3. Whale.
See if I can get a 9. 9.
have any of these with you, do you?
Hmm?
Do you have any of these with you?
No, I never saw it.
I forgot to. I gave you a stack to take over. I forgot to bring them.
Oh, shit.
I'm just looking for anybody that has any. Okay.
Send somebody your home shipment to you overnight.
I thought I'm gonna call Paul and see if he wants to do that.
I suppose it's a race now.
Yep, it's definitely a race. We're definitely racing. Here we go.
We need to start rolling smaller.
Little seats here and there, like that. Wow.
You got more off.
Yeah,
Further.
that is a concern for me.
Yep. Well, I got 9, but I got 2 of them myself, so.
Right, and every your 4 for the rest of the game misses for me. Your 2s and 3s fill in your gaps. So those gaps don't hurt you very much. This gap hurts a lot.
I don't understand that logic.
Every single 4 that I roll is going to go down here now, right?
Okay.
Past that point. If you roll a 2 or a 3, you can put a checker on one of these points. Then your next 2 or 3 that you roll doesn't miss. So every 4 I roll misses. Every other 2 or 3 that you roll misses. So it's only half as bad. I don't think it's enough to reset. Now it's enough to reset.
I'm not smart enough to know the difference. Oh,
that helps.
That helps? Helps me. Feel. Come on. Oh.
You gained a bit.
There's a little better.
Yeah, you gained a lot of bits.
Pretty even now. Except you got the advantage.
I'm on rolls. Now, let me tell you this.
Double 6. Oh, come on. Wait, is that what I want? 2, 3. Well, it doesn't matter. I lost this game.
Well, you need to make sure that your doubles work, and that gets you double 4s. 4s, 5s, or 6s, assuming I don't roll enough to get both of these off.
There you go. Yep.
All right, 4-1.
So what are you doing with your scorecard there?
With this,
Yeah.
just keeping a running score. If we ever disagree on what the score is, if you have it written down, then you have a record of it. But if one person has it written down, the other person doesn't, the person that has it written down is going to win the dispute.
Right.
So it's a good idea to keep a written score sheet on the tournament matches. If the score sheet ever doesn't match this, if one of them matches this
Right.
and the other one doesn't have one, or oh, sorry, one of these should be for you. I'm also keeping track of the cube position. And the reason I do that is because I do my own transcriptions of these into XG. And if I know what's going to happen with the cube, then I can fast forward when the cube happens, right? Because I already know if it's a take or a pass by what's on my sheet. So it's faster.
At one point, I was thinking of trying to come up with. You ever counted blackjack counting cards?
Yeah, I used to do that a lot. It's hard to. You can't even really get an edge anymore doing that though, because they've changed the rules. I mean, you've got all these 6 to 5 blackjack tables now, and that takes away any edge you could possibly get, even by counting.
Except I was trying to make a similar kind of, deal with backgammon, come up with a similar +1, -1 advantage. Like if
mean just in terms of evaluating the position?
Yeah, evaluating position through
Yeah.
a simple.
A lot of people have tried to do that.
Have they not been successful?
Well, some people think they've got systems that help you evaluate positions, but usually when you try to explain to somebody, like there's a book out called Cube Like a Boss by, what's his name, the guy that does Galaxy. But, you know, unless you're the one that thought it up, it's like, he can say, well, when I look at this metric, I'm +3. When I look at this metric, I'm, you know, -1 or whatever. But when you look at the same kind of position later, you're going to come up with a whole different answer because you don't evaluate the same way he does, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, but if you can come up with one for your own use, that's outstanding. But it's hard to come up with one that's translatable and
Right.
repeatable.
I don't want to stack any more up here.
Don't blame you for that. The thing about blackjack, a plus-minus count works because you've got a fixed universe of cards and it depletes.
Right.
So you know what the remaining universe is. You can't do that with the dice because you could roll the same roll
Yeah,
20
like
times in a row.
what I was thinking was, if I took you back here,
Well, you're thinking that just based on establish a certain number of different metrics,
yeah,
and then evaluate each metric and provide
kind of just
and score each metric.
right.
And it's really hard sometimes to know. Like sometimes the race is the key metric, right? And other times the race is immaterial.
Right.
So you have to have a certain amount of judgment involved on how much you count the different factors. And that's the hard part.
It's about my only option.
You got one other option, but it's silly.
Yeah. So it was moving this, and
Yeah.
that was.
That accomplishes nothing. At least
Yep.
this could work, right?
Yeah.
The other one couldn't work.
Yep.
All right. What am I looking at here? I'm in the air. I'm in the match, so I'm making a lot more better. But 14 oops, over there. Let's see, 5 and 60. Wow. What if I actually do it?
now you do it. Yeah.
Now, the question is, do I hit 2? I think I do. I think that's nice. Well, I don't know, man. I want to give you a chance to anchor. But, you've got to spin a board as I do.
I haven't heard that term as anchoring,
Just making a safe point over here. Now, this is a situation where I think that I'm going to try to get a gamma instead of doubling you. Now I've got lots of numbers that do things like this. This is where I
double 2, come on.
this is where I decline your request to take it easy on you. Do everything I can just to pound you.
Oh, if I'm crying out loud, look at that.
That's why they call it precision dice. Okay, let's make the legal play. Not in my top 35 rolls.
Well,
Reduces the damage dramatically when I go from the shift from the 6 to the ace. Let's get one of those guys out. How about both of them?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I rolled too late.
I don't think so. I think I'm going to sit up there while you come and hit me again.
That sounds like a plan. Be careful. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same either way. All right. What I'm trying to do is make it so that if I roll double 6s, I don't leave you a shot, and I don't think I can avoid it. Well, actually, I could avoid it. No, I can't. Double 6 is just going to leave a shot no matter what I do.
The probability of you hitting me is much greater than me rolling double 6s.
I'm talking about my double 6s.
What?
My double 6 is going to take this guy off and leave this guy exposed.
Okay. Oh.
So I'm trying to avoid a situation where I leave you a shot. When you're bringing your checkers in, that's one of the main concerns is if you don't leave a shot with double 6s, then pretty much every roll is going to be safe.
actually backgammon me. Oh, thank you. Might still do if you roll a double.
Doesn't really matter when that checkmate because every roll gets off either way. If I don't roll a double. Right.
Playing with my wife, she would be a little frustrating when the outcome was obvious. She still wants to keep playing through. It's grumpy when I quit early. Like, what? Why are we doing this?
Well, and this. 5-1.
Yep.
Yeah, in this format, you should make sure it's impossible before you start, because when they evaluate them, if you resign when there's any mathematical chance of still winning, it counts as an error.
Oh.
So it counts as an error on your PR, so 4-3 for you. So if rolling 3 double sixes in a row and your opponent has to roll 2-1 3 times, if that wins, you should roll.
So doesn't that move right there, doesn't that like really costly to you?
How you measure cost.
I mean, you gotta really.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really have any productive plays anywhere else. So since you're in the air, there's 16 numbers that don't hit me. 20 hit and 16 don't. Well, 21 because double twos. So, I've got a reasonable chance of being missed. And if I'm missed, then it can develop very quickly into a strong position. If I'm hit, since neither one of us on the board yet, I come in easily. I don't know that it's the right play for sure, but I suspect it's either right or not much of an error. I got hit back, but I still ended up making both the points, right? I've got 2 more checkers back, but I've got the points. So, it worked to some degree.
Yes.
How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm filming now. How's that compare? Pros and cons versus Big East? Smaller city. And let's provide food. Actually, Chicago has that now. No, actually, my wife is from over there. She's trying to have a kid next year, so. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, good luck this weekend.
So, when does it become disadvantage to hit you anymore when you're
Oh, that's a difficult one. It's hard to determine. If you really understand back games, there are like ranges of how far behind you need to be effective in a back game. So you want to try to avoid putting your opponent into those ranges. But I don't. There's so many different back games, and so many they all vary in how far behind you want to be. I'm not even good at it. I don't know how to do it. For example, I definitely don't consider that I'm playing a back game yet, so I'm still trying to go forwards. But I'm not worried about getting hit because I can drop into a back game because I have the ace point. So I can be aggressive, but I'm not. My strategy right now is not to throw checkers back and play a back game. Yeah, it's getting closer.
that would be 3, 1, 2, 3. So A-L-E-N, that's your No,
correct name?
it's
not?
A-L-L-E-N.
A-L-L, okay, 2 L's.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that before. I
Yeah.
assumed, I didn't have my glasses on when I saw it. I assumed it was an A, L-A-N, because that's a common spelling as
Yeah, yeah.
well. Okay, so it's 2 L's. I just gotta make sure I get it right for putting it in for BMAB.
Yeah, I thought about correcting it, but I thought it was like maybe it would cause more downstream
Well, just make
confusion.
sure that Roberto knows, so he can, when he submits it, that he gets the name right, because otherwise it'll be in BMAB wrong, and then it's hard to fix.
Sorry to see either one of those go, but probably will.
Odds are in my
Oh,
favor.
oh, look at that.
That's going to miss absolutely everything. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up. Go up and go. Okay.
Again.
Yeah, it's not any better this time. Here. No, let me check how many
Yeah,
tickers on any of
yeah,
those points.
yeah.
If you come out. Okay, well, let's just
I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if you moved these two out. I mean,
I could, and it could be right. But let's just assume I'm going to get a shot. See, now this is where one of these fancy plays could be right. Sometimes it's right to do this, because then you have 2 checkers to cover this, whereas if I do this or this, I've only got 1 checker to cover this. So I doubt this is one of those times. I bet it's probably right to do something like that.
that really
Something's gotta be
stinks.
About 6 o'clock.
And this guy's going to be hanging out there. This is my only, well, no, I guess I can do that.
That's probably right. Come to
Looky
Papa.
there.
Come to Papa.
That 6 is stuck.
Yeah, you've only got that 6. All right.
Sure would have liked it for you to roll a 6. So why not move that?
Well, because then if you roll a 6, you can go behind me and I'm going to get a shot at you. This way, if you roll a 6, I've got a 4 shot to hit you back. Plus, it keeps you from dumping a 2 behind me.
And you leaves this guy hanging. Maybe I'll get lucky.
That should be right, because this is only 14 shots this way. Anything else is going to, well, except unless you did that and that would be fewer shots, but
You got a
it'd
4
be really
and a
ugly.
1. Will. There you go.
5. That's actually my best number.
That's rough. Now I'm boned. Double 1. Come on out. That was supposed to be my roll.
2.
Double 1 sure would be nice.
That would be your top roll.
Oh my.
It's not as good as Ford.
Don't know why I'm sitting up there for roll after roll after roll. Give me a 6.
That's not enough. I don't.
Mind if I use the restroom?
No, you have to stick it out. You have to man up.
You go back and stay down there. Now you gotta think.
Quite a labor to do all this transcribing, I'd imagine.
But, yeah, no, well, the transfer was just a matter of experience. I've been recording matches for over 20 years. And I've always been too cheap to pay somebody to transcribe, so I've gotten pretty fast. When I started recording matches, I was doing it on Super 8 cassettes.
Here's the thing, well, sort of. But it's just that, you know what I mean? It doesn't, I mean, yeah, you're heading to here, you're gonna make that way, regardless of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, yeah, I like that. That's a good, that's really, really absolutely worth it to hit. I didn't hit a couple of times because, you know, on the head number is, it's just not. Especially at the national rate. I mean, that doesn't really classify as an cumulative, you know, the rest of it. I'm glad I thought about what I just said about do I want to live in truth? Lose one that
What was your thought there with that?
I don't want to get gammoned. You hit here, and I've got 3 more blocks flying around for you to pick up too.
I'm just and I haven't also I haven't regarded the joy winning
brittle. Yeah. Oh, you have a 4-3. Okay, I misread it. I thought I saw a 5-3. Oh, all these threes. What's so crazy about this game? All these small doubles look like it's going to be easy, right? It's not supposed to be easy, though. So, you got four threes in a row or 5?
I like it.
You just never know. Never know until the end.
Oh, I guess I can't stick it out any longer.
That one's got to go anyway.
Yeah. Really, I probably should have kept one of those ones back there in reserve in case I roll the 6.
Probably, but you're really in a position where one checker here is almost as good as 2 checkers there. Because
Right.
if I hit you, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's
So 6-2. But it does remove degrees of freedom. Man.
well, the other thing is, like getting all the checkers in, now you don't get gammoned or something. Well, that doesn't matter. I already doubled you, so it doesn't matter if you get gammoned or not. You got that game's already through. Still possible.
If I can roll some more 1s, that would be good. Lots of 1s, like your 3s.
It's going to be enough.
Yep.
Match. So